Ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole are primed now to move into a macro bull market with a traditional altcoin season starting literally any day now. And this makes this situation a make or break situation. Obviously, the longer we lurk and the longer the price moves sideways or moves downwards, or if it drops below certain levels, that becomes less and less likely. But I'm here to tell you very plain and very simple. The charts don't lie, right? This is what we're witnessing. We're witnessing a very much a scenario in which if it's going to happen, if this bull market is going to happen, it's going to happen literally any day now. We're going to be moving upwards literally any day now. Now, I don't say that lightly. I'm not clickbaiting you when I say that. I'm going to show you all the evidence you need to see. But ladies and gentlemen, before we do that, let's check out the VIP group on Telegram. We trade altcoins on VIP, altcoin trading signals posted directly into a Telegram group 3 to 4 times a week with a 77.51% win rate over the course of 18 months of trading in a fully transparent PDF document. You can see all of the wins, all of the losses. I don't hide anything. It's all there. On top of that membership for altcoin trading plans, you'll also get access to a VIP group chat where you can discuss the market 24/7 with other members in an exclusive community. Check that out if you're interested, ladies and gentlemen. Let's jump straight into the video here. Okay, I want to start by looking at the macro. Okay, it's very, very important. Now, Total 3 cryptocurrency market cap chart. You've probably seen it before. I've showed you it before, right? I'm going to show you it again today just to show you how primed we are in the current position to move upwards. The next step on a structural basis is a move upwards unless those structural trends are to break. That is what we should be expecting. Now, look, I'm going to show you what would happen if they do break, and I'm going to show you the invalidation points, but first I need to show you the actual structural trends itself. One of the structural trends of many that I've shown you before is the total 3 cryptocurrency market cap chart. As you can see on the screen, we have the last cycle's macro bull market. You can see there was a 5-step scenario here. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I'm going to walk you through the steps. Step 1 was bottoming out in that bear market. Step 2 was the first move to the upside. Step 3 was seeing a higher low, and then our first consolidation, okay? Step 4 was moving upwards and seeing our second and final consolidation before entering that parabolic bull market. And of course, step 5 was breaking the all-time high, okay, and actually entering the parabolic bull market. Now, we obviously have had some degree of deviation from our cyclical structures from this cycle in comparison to the last 2 cycles, but the fact that the fact still remains that the structural trends, right, for example, the trend on the screen right now, are still pretty much intact. And we can see that very clearly because the structural trends in this case are pretty much the same. We have step 1, bottoming out in the bear market. Step 2, seeing the first move to the upside in an arc structure, coming down and forming a higher low. That's exactly what we did. We then saw step 3, which is our first move upwards and then consolidation, okay? And step 4, our second consolidation and correction, our final consolidation and correction that ended up testing, by the way, just to give you more security in this structural trend, ended up testing the bull market support band, okay? And if we're following the last cycle, the last structural pattern we saw, which we're copying pretty much to the T right now, again, after the bull market support band retest, within 2 weeks, we had entered a parabolic bull market and skyrocketed to the move that would result in new all-time highs, and to the move that will result, again, in a parabolic bull market and altcoin season and all of that stuff where the massive amounts of money in crypto is made. That's when the vast majority of people flood into the market. That's when you see your Uber drivers, your pizza delivery drivers talking about Bitcoin all day long. That's when euphoria really kicks in. According to this structural trend, which is replicated on Ethereum and somewhat replicated on Bitcoin, I've shown them before, I've shown those charts before, I don't need to do it again. Pretty much the same patterns, by the way. All of those patterns are suggesting we're on the last step, the final correction, the final consolidation before that move actually occurs. Now, the bears would point out that this consolidation is taking a little bit longer than our last time in this 4th step here. It's taken about 2 weeks longer than usual, and we've seen 2 or 3 retests of the bull market support band rather than just for one we saw back here. So that is, to an extent, a sign of weakness. But there has been no significant deviation because we are yet to actually drop below the bull market support band. And we have seen, for example, steps take longer. For example, step 2 in 2023 took longer than step 2 here in 2019. Step 3 in 2020 took longer than our step 3 here in 2023. Okay, so it's not like these are date range patterns. These are more structural patterns. So right now, the structure of Bitcoin, the structure of total 3 cryptocurrency market cap, the structure of Ethereum, they're all set up and primed for the next move, which should be a move that takes us into a parabolic bull market until proven otherwise. We can also look at other macro trends. For example, this macro trend right here. Now, on the monthly chart, I've looked at this chart so many times. You're probably sick of hearing it by now, but I'm just going to very quickly explain it here. On the monthly chart, what you'll see is price lines here, okay? So horizontal lines that divide kind of the bear market from the bull market. What you'll notice is that when we break these lines in every cycle, we've entered a parabolic bull market. Now, these lines aren't just random lines, okay? They're lines that are validated and relative to each other through the RSI. So you can see the yellow level on the RSI there at 66. And what you'll see is that every time we test these lines in the price chart, we're also testing these lines on the RSI, meaning that these lines on the price chart and also on the RSI are connected to each other. So all these yellow lines on the screen right now on the RSI and the price chart, they're all connected. Right now, what are we doing? Okay, we've come downwards on the RSI. Look, I'll zoom in and show you. We've come downwards on the RSI. We've tested that level. We're holding it for support. And right now, we need to make a decision. Are we going to bounce upwards? We're going to bounce upwards off that support line. So see a resistance support flip and enter a parabolic bull market. Or are we going to drop down, break below, and ruin everyone's fun? That's the big question right now. Now, according to the structural trends I just showed you, we're going to go upwards, right? According to basic TA analysis, when you retest support from the downside after a breakout to the upside, that's called a resistance support flip. That is generally a very bullish thing to do. So according to this, we're going to go upwards as well. According to something that some people are deeming to be a bit more threatening, like stochastic RSI in the monthly chart, we are very close to making a move regardless of the direction. So for example, a lot of bears are looking at this chart and they're saying, oh guys, look, every time we drop below this 79, the white line right here. Okay, so let me just explain this a bit more. The stochastic RSI, we've got two lines. We've got the blue line and we've got the red line. Okay, the blue line is the conversion line and the red line is the signal line. Now, what you'll see is we have a white line here as well. That is the horizontal support level. What you'll notice is that every time both the red and the blue lines cross below that horizontal support level, we break down on the price chart, okay? Every single circle I'm making is a breakdown of the price chart. It's led to a bear market a lot of the time, or at least significant macro corrections, okay? It pretty much predicted the 2019, 2018 top. It pretty much predicted the pre-COVID drop. It predicted here the significant correction in the middle of the 2021 bull market through which we did not properly recover. So the point is this stochastic RSI with the white line, it's a very important level. So basically the bears are looking at this and they're saying, oh, look, the lines are getting close to that white line. We're going to break down soon. We're going to enter a bear market. Now that actually hasn't happened yet, right? The blue line has crossed below that white line, but the red line has not. We've seen this happen before. In fact, we saw it happen literally just 6-7 months ago, okay? And we were fine. We were salvaged. Now, what does it mean? It doesn't mean anything in particular. It doesn't mean we're bearish. It doesn't mean any of that. It means that a move has to come soon, okay? If we are going to enter this parabolic bull market on Bitcoin, all right, we already know it has to come soon. We've already looked at this structural trend chart. We've already looked at the RSI chart on the monthly. But it has to come soon because we need to avoid the doom that would be caused by this chart, this stochastic RSI continue to moving down, right? If Bitcoin moves sideways for much longer, the stochastic RSI will continue to move down. Okay, the support levels, like the bull market support band, will continue to move upwards, and Bitcoin will miss its opportunity to enter a parabolic bull market. So this is where I get to kind of my conclusion, although I'm not done showing you charts yet. The point is, if Bitcoin continues to move sideways, continues to correct, move sideways, whatever it may be, for too long, we will miss the opportunity, the prime moment, the stage is set right now, we will miss that opportunity to see this bounce. So I personally want to be seeing Bitcoin bounce strongly, okay, before the end of this month. I don't want to see more consolidation by the end of this month. I want to see that move continue to the upside before the end of this month. That's me personally. Now, I've got various reasons to believe that. If we look into, for example, this chart right here, this is a 13-year long support line for Bitcoin, right? This pink line, 13 years long, stems back from 2011. So we zoom in and we see, well, that level was tested, right, at the same time as the bull market support band was tested. So we had a compounded support zone here, just a conglomerate of support that was tested, perfectly retested. There's no reason for Bitcoin to go back down and spend more time retesting that level. Now, this is where I get to my kind of invalidation zone. If Bitcoin comes downwards and breaks below 57K, which is where that pink line, that 13-year support line and that bull market support line are, if we go down, we break that level, that will be very bearish for me personally, and I will probably be considering exiting the market, okay, de-risking from the market. Until that occurs, Bitcoin is in a pretty decent position. But what you'll notice is that these lines are moving upwards. The bull market support band is moving upwards. The pink line is moving upwards, meaning that Bitcoin is being compressed, okay? Which means it can't move sideways for much longer. It has to move very, very soon, which, you know, kind of supports the point I just made. So we've got major support. We've got support at that 57K level. As long as Bitcoin's above 57K, it's fine. But the point is we need to move shortly because the stage right now is primed. The stage is set. Bitcoin's in a perfect position to start making that move. And the longer we spend lurking around, the less confidence there's going to be in that move, in my personal opinion. And the longer we spend lurking around, the more damage is going to be done by things like stochastic RSI, which is threatening to cause a bearish trigger. It hasn't caused a bearish trigger yet. Right now, it means nothing. It's not bullish or bearish. It's a neutral chart because every single time, for example, you know, look, you can go back here in 2015 through to 2018. People were calling for bearish triggers that entire time. It didn't trigger bearish for 3 years, okay? You go over here to just 6 months ago, people were calling for a bearish trigger and the end to the move upwards and the continuation to the downside to like 10K on Bitcoin. It didn't trigger bearish, right? We saw actually a strong bounce from that level and a continued move upwards. We 2x'd on Bitcoin from that period of time. So the fact of the matter is this chart is not bearish triggered yet. There's no reason to be concerned about this chart at the moment. But if Bitcoin keeps, you know, lady-dadling about, I don't know what it's going, you know, having a skip in the park or whatever it's doing right now, you know, sitting around by the coffee table sipping tea. If it keeps doing that, you know, then we might have to start, you know, might have some threats start to form. But right now, as of current today, all I can say about Bitcoin is this: the stage is set, the structural trends are intact, the resistance support flip has occurred. Everything is ready to go. The price just needs to move, right? So we look at, for example, the short-term charts, and we can see that this price, as I said, would need to be moving, in my opinion, by the end of the month. Why do I say that? Well, very clearly, I mean, very briefly, you know, we've got 3 major levels here on Bitcoin. We've got 57K, which, as I spoke about before, is the major support zone. 61K, which is our short-term support zone, and 69K, which is the highest ever weekly candle close we saw. It's actually the all-time high from 2021. Okay, so very important levels, all macro levels. I spoke about them extensively in the past, right? We also have this white line. That white line is compressing. Bitcoin is getting compressed into those support lines, right? There's only so long Bitcoin can remain compressed before it has to move either downwards or upwards. I speculate personally that by the end of the month, which is right here, Bitcoin will have made that move either upwards or downwards. That's me personally. So I think we'll have that clarity by the end of the month, guys. I really do. By the end of this month, which is 2 weeks away, we will have the clarity, right, of Bitcoin either entering that parabolic bull market with that altcoin season potentially starting to begin, or maybe we see one more move upwards on Bitcoin dominance before that altcoin season starts to begin, or in the worst case scenario, everything's invalidated and we enter no man's land. But I think that is the less likely scenario at this point. I certainly lean more into the macro bullish camp, and my positions in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, altcoins very much reflect that. I'm heavily invested in Bitcoin and crypto. And I don't plan to change those investments. I don't plan to sell those investments until I see clear validation that Bitcoin has lost this pink 13-year support line, this bull market support band, the center line on the price cycle chart. So basically that 57K major support region. Until that region is actually properly lost, I don't plan to de-risk at all because I don't see any changes in the macro structure until that's occurred. Yeah, we'll keep you updated, but right now the point of this video is very clearly just to say the stage is set, and you know, any day now something's going to occur, and if we get to the end of the month and nothing's occurred, that's not really a good sign. You know, that's not a great sign. But right now, there's no real proper reason that I'm seeing in the charts. There's no confirmed actual data leaning, or claiming a confirmed bearish move of any sort. Right now, the charts still remain macro bullish. And the stage is very much set. So we'll see what happens. I apologize for the rambling and the stuttering in this video. It's pretty late here in Australia. Apologies for that. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, check out the Bitget and Bingx exchanges. Okay, Bitget is global KYC minus the USA. So you can access this exchange from anywhere in the world minus the USA. And Bingx is global non-KYC. So anywhere in the world with a VPN, you can access Bingx. They're both very low in trading fees, both these exchanges. They've both never been hacked before, and they've both got a protection fund in place in case they are hacked. So you can potentially reimburse, they'll reimburse you on your funds if you lose your funds during a potential hack. Okay. My referral links are down below for 15% trading fee discounts on those exchanges, and also access to exclusive reward centers where you can literally get thousands of USDT in rewards by completing various tasks. All the information is down below. Click on those links. It helps the channel and helps you by getting on a good exchange where you can save thousands of dollars in fees. Finally, we have the Crypto Academy, the bull market sale for a limited time on the Become a Trader 10-unit course. The link to the website is down below. You can read up all about it. That is an educational course teaching people how to trade in time for the bull market, which we seem to be on the cusp on. So ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.